Welcome back to episode 2 of playing and ranking every roguelike ever made. And today we have Little Noah Scion of Paradise, a more obscure roguelike, I'd say, compared to the last one we reviewed. I really hope everyone appreciates me murdering your ears with the loud music in the opening. I've actually been playing this game for a while. I saw this on one of the Nintendo Directs, and I instantly downloaded it and have a lot of runs under my belt. I don't want to show too much of it though after this level for spoilers, but the game definitely evolves and looks different over time. So let's just get right into it. Let's look at the combat, the most important thing of any roguelike, of course. So, right off the bat, as I guess you can see, I have a bunch of little minion guys following me. These are Lilliputians, and there are a ton of Lilliputians to find and unlock. I haven't even found all of them. They all have their own unique skills and attacks, and you also can kind of stagger them the way you want. You can put them in any order you want to kind of have your own little combo, and I think the game really excels on being completely different with each new run compared to some other roguelikes. Even compared to Skull the Hero Slayer, this really feels a lot different, like per run. And I don't want to just go ahead and say that means it's all for the better here. I think a game like Skull the Hero Slayer feels a lot deeper because of how you can really plan out and learn your combos and attacks. But I think there's a lot more randomness to Little Noah, which is good and bad at the same time. And I don't really think there's a lot of downsides to the combat here. It feels really good to hit people. The enemies are actually really tough. I played on hard, and you really had to watch out because you could die in an instant. But there are easy and medium difficulties, which is kind of rare for a roguelike to have the kind of difficulties, I feel like. So that is really nice for someone who wants to just play and beat the crap out of little Lilliputians and not just have to die constantly. So that's really a plus, the difficulty settings. So what else does this game do different though? That's another question we're gonna ask every video. Right off the bat, the combat is really unique to a lot of games I've played, just from the fact that you have so many different little characters you can control that have their own, I guess, play styles. So that's really unique. A lot of games I've played, you kind of find power-ups for your own guy, but you don't ever find little guys to follow you around to do it for you. So that's nice. Again, the difficulties are really nice, and I guess just the overall flow of the game is really fast compared to other roguelikes that are nice. And of course, we've also compared it to Skull the Hero Slayer, which is also an extremely fast roguelike. So I guess the fastness is something that can do a little different as well. But this is all opinion based, so how do I really feel though? So the ending thoughts to this short little tiny review, not review, is I think the combat feels fantastic, but I think that the runs can feel tedious because there's not a crazy amount of enemy variety, especially in the beginning. And I think the difficulty scaling is kind of weird, and I also don't like that sometimes you get hit by things that you don't feel like you should be hit by or that are unavoidable. But besides the unavoidable hits, I think that at least the game takes some skill, so I like it in that aspect. I don't want to complain just because I am bad. But I feel like this game has insane potential if they keep releasing more DLC. I saw they released a different mode that I haven't played, and they have been steadily updating the game, which is fantastic. So I'm going to give this feel a decently good feel out of all the feels. Alright. So here is the updated list after this episode. As you can see, I put Little Noah slightly below Skull, and I actually knocked it down for something I forgot to talk about, which was the story is a little more confusing within the setting. I think the setting of Skull the Hero Slayer is really good, and I can definitely see myself moving Skull even farther up in the list after subsequent episodes.